Hey, welcome everyone to another Mystics pregame. This is the second night of a back-to-back. We got Cardo W. Jr. here. Wilson Tarpe Jr. The Mystics trip out west continues. The second night of a back-to-back, as I just mentioned. They'll be facing the Los Angeles Sparks. Washington is riding a three-game win streak into this one after rallying last night to beat the Phoenix Mercury 94-84, in which they ended up winning, sweeping the season series 3-0. The Sparks are coming off a 78-71 loss to the Atlanta Dream. Like the Mercury, LA has been eliminated from playoff contention and is here, just for pride and the opportunity to play spoiler. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games heading into tonight. Little seeding update. The Dream fell to the Fire tonight, which has them in 5th place, but just one game above Washington, and the Mystics own the tiebreaker over them, which again, anytime there's additional seeding implications, the rest of the way we're gonna try our best to bring them up here during pregame. This series is tied at 1 game apiece. The Sparks won the first game in DC. Then Washington rebounded this in the second game to win. That was also in DC. This is the only one of the games that is in LA this season. Injury report. Washington has no injuries to report. Los Angeles has listed Emma Cannon as probable. So Cardell, what do the Mystics need to do to win this season series tonight and extend their current 3-game win streak, which would also help in their playoff seeding with a W?
One, they gotta deal with the Sparks pace. The second in pace in the WNBA with 81.3. If people been playing, if they watched the last 2 games against the Mercury, the Mystics didn't do a good job of handling things in transition at all, especially live ball turnovers or whatnot. That they in the Phoenix, I believe, won both games in fast break points. You know what I mean? So Washington, they got to be wary of that because that's how the Sparks normally play. And you got to understand, and this is the second night of a back-to-back, so it's going to be tired legs. But these are the games where pros are pros. You got to figure it out, and you got to be able to adapt because every team in the league goes through it. You know what I mean? So they're not exempt, man, but definitely dealing with their pace. So, defensively, they got to get back. Also, I know they wounded, we have to trade them Plum, the lottery team, but they still move the ball very effectively. I'm talking about the Sparks, they're 4th in the WNBA, 21.7 assists per game. So that means everybody on the Mystics got to be on the string. So not only do they got to get back to stop them in transition because they like to push the pace, whether it's makes or misses. Once they're in the half court, Washington has to be on the string because, again, they coming off a game last night where Kalea Copper went berserk on them. You know what I mean? Like, she had 32 through 3 quarters. You know what I mean? So the Mystics got to find a way to stop that from happening. Look, I know Nneka Ogwumike for the Sparks leading scorer, all world. I know she's about to retire in a few weeks after the break or whatnot. Still getting it done at a high level. She could easily keep playing if she wanted to. She's coming off a game against the Atlanta Dream, with that loaded front court, where she had 27 points and 16 rebounds. It was 11 and 19 from the field. So, yes, Kiki, Shakira, Lauren, got to deal with that. you gotta contain her somehow, some way, or it's going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be a hell of a game. You know what I'm saying? You can't allow her to put up the do what Kalea Copper did last night, because if that happens, you're going to lose. You know what I mean? Because her points come a different way. Her points come in ways where it just deflates you. And for her being a post, foul's going to come with that. So it's going to be a whole lot of mismatches and a whole lot of adjustments on the Mystic side, and that plays into the favor of the Sparks. Also, De'Aaron Hamby, just the ultimate vet, knows how to play. She coming off the game against the Dream, where she had 15 points on 6 of 11, shooting 3 rebounds and 3 assists. The Sparks backcourt been up and down all season, especially since they traded Kelsey Plum. Erica Wheeler with 2 points, 1 for 6. Ariel Atkins, 10 points, 3 of 9. And McCarney had 2 points on 6. So the Mystics should try to play today. You know what I mean? Georgia had a career night. Obviously, Sonia is obviously an all-star, capable. Onyenwere, I'm sure she's, so biting at the bit, so to speak, to get back and try to redeem herself after last night, because last night was rough. with her kind of getting benched because Kalea Carver just went crazy on her. You know what I mean? So, and then yeah. So look, Flores when they come in, and Cody when she's in the backcourt, and you know what I mean. Laney Hamilton, the perimeter players. That's an area where the Mystics should look at like, all right, we got the advantage. Let's take full advantage of it. Let's lock them up. Let's score, and facilitate, get our bigs going and stuff like that. Play through them like they've been doing all season, and just have a more balanced attack because the Sparks aren't the best defensively. You know what I mean? But then they just try to run you into the ground and score that way, and hope you just get tired out so that way they can take advantage of what you're trying to do. But also Cameron Brink, she started the season hurt, you know how it is, so it took her a little while to get her legs under her, but they're on her. She had 15 points, 8 rebounds against the Dream, 2 assists as well, and 25 minutes. What I'm saying, coming off the bench. So you got to worry about her, especially with her size and versatility and the way she can shoot the ball and block shots and run the floor and rebound and pass and stuff. She's a problem. She's super talented, man. So in a sense, in the front court, it's gonna be a hell of a battle because they kind of mirror each other. You got two bigs that get it done already starting, and then you come in with a young big that's capable, like on Messi side, you coming in with Lauren. Well, on the SWAT side, you coming in with Cameron. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the two mainstays with Woman K and Hamby. So that front court battle, whoever wins that, I feel will win the game. Simple as that. But yeah, what this says, and then you know the Sparks are kind of handsy as far as getting in the passing lane and gambling for steals. So the Mystics got to be careful with that, especially with the habit of turning the ball over. So I expect the Sparks to be aggressive, trying to force turnovers, so to speak. The Sparks are 6th in the WNBA, averaging 7.6 steals per game. And then ironically, even though they kind of struggle to score, they're 5th in field goal percentage in the league. They shoot 46.3%. So they're effective, and a lot of that has to do with the woman K inside. Man, they're capable. They can put pressure on you. You know what I mean? So the Mystics defensively, they just got hold up and just don't give up easy points, especially off turnovers. Just play Mystics basketball when they're on the game, when they're not turning the ball over and they're not missing free throws and their defense is on the string. Just play Mystics basketball. If they do that, they should be fine. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming off the back-to-back. They need to try to just go ahead and get this game over, which they didn't do last night, and it turned into an intense game. Especially when you don't want that problem. You don't want that to happen when you have a back-to-back. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be more of a will game. You know what I mean? Especially with the dead legs, but that's what they get to pay the big bucks to do, man, to figure things out. So figure it out. But also, Georgia Keep just stay aggressive. Carry that momentum from Phoenix and LA. You know what I'm saying? And lead a balanced attack. And if they're able to do that, they should be fine. Should be another win for the Mystics.
Yeah, I have nothing to add. Just like you said, play to their standard, and just maintain that maturity and poise they've had. But like you said, they got to get off to a better start. It's great that they rallied those last 2 games, but you're good enough where you shouldn't have to rally. It's great that you're able to, but how about you just handle your business early? And like you said in pregame, earlier this week, you handle your business early, kick your feet up, let the youngsters play late because the job's done. But we'll see how things go. Again, big opportunity tonight, not only to continue the win streak, you win tonight, helps in the seeding. You're possibly able to jump up another spot. And that's right before the FIBA break. So we'll see how things go. Cardell gave you guys the keys to the game. And we will see you guys for Outlook tomorrow morning. Again, another wonderful 10 p.m. start, but y'all enjoy the nice game. Keep those keys to the game in mind.